Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and fair warning, I look like crap. I'm really tired and I don't feel good. I have a cold. My lovely son gave it to me, which is fine. I mean, it happens. What are you gonna do, right? Anyway, so on that note, it's been a weird week. But I did want to go ahead and film this introduction because I'm afraid I won't do it and then I'll be sad. And I'm going to start a new kind of, as you guys can probably see from the lovely title, whatever I end up calling this. But anyway, I wanted to give you a little background. I watch a lot of Project Pan videos, and I watch a lot of booktube videos, and everybody does TBRs, which is great. I'd like to think that I have the self-discipline to do that. My problem is that the timing is just like all over the place for me. So part of me is like, eh. Anyway, so I'm going to attempt a TBR here, a little reading challenge for myself. And my hair needs to be brushed. It's like so, I don't know, weird. Anyway, it was sitting right here, sorry. A little challenge for myself to bulk up on my reading and just hopefully read more. We'll see. I have a lot of school things coming up soon, so. But I really need to start getting through some of these books because I have a massive collection of books. I have digital books. I have tons and tons of regular books. And then I always want to try to read my mom's books, which is even better. So I have a lot of books to read. I mean, altogether, it's probably close to like 5,000 books. But anyway, so I needed to find a starting point. So what I did was so this last weekend, I had picked up a book that I currently can't find. That I had made it about halfway through, and I started reading it again, and then I filmed a couple of videos over at my mom's house, well, a few, like 5 videos, all marine biology books, and then after looking through my collection, I was just like, I realized I need to really buckle down on this and get through a lot of these books. So here's what I'm gonna do. For every 2 books that I read, I'm gonna allow myself to buy one book. So that should kind of help dwindle it down, but still allow me the freedom to purchase more books, right? But maybe it will help me read, okay? The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do kind of a vlog thing, kind of like this, and just start reading books and let you guys know what I'm reading because, well, okay, maybe even not for you guys, but more for me. I do a lot of my videos mostly for me to go back on and look at, you know, just in general. But I really want to get my reading up, especially because I really want to write a book, and I currently started writing it, but I kind of need to get some, not ideas, but kind of ideas. Does that make sense? Like writing wise, just how people write things. Anyway, sorry, I'm sick. Yeah. Okay, so what I did was for the month of July, I picked out 4 books. One of them is kind of a controversial book because I need it for my English class. And then another one is just like a personal help situation book. And then I have 2 easier books because one of them I started reading and another one I have sitting over on my nightstand. And I keep saying I'm going to go back to reading it, and I haven't yet. Sorry, it's hard for me to breathe because my nose is stuffed up. Anyway, so I was just going to share with you guys the random books that I picked. Okay, so the one that I've currently been reading for my English class is Are We Losing America? I'm not that far into it. I just started reading it because the topic of it had something to do with the topic that we're writing about for our second essay, and it made me think of this book. So the next one is this one. I keep saying I'm gonna read, and I just need to do it. I'm gonna do The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. It's supposed to be a fantastic book and a way to get your life in order. And next I have, I haven't started that one at all, by the way. This one, however, I did start, and I am 67 pages in. I might go back a little bit, but this is the Ocean Anatomy book by Julia Rothman. You guys know I love my ocean stuff. It's pretty easy, like a young, not a children's book, but it's pretty, it has cute little pictures and just little facts and information. Oh, I think I need to lay down. And then the last one that I chose is Into the Land of the Unicorns. And I have read this book, obviously. It's very well loved. And I keep saying that I'm going to reread it because I have the second one that I purchased like 20 plus years ago. And I found it whenever I was looking through all of my books, looking for marine biology books. And I was like, oh my God, I never read the ending. And I loved this book so much. But I want to read this one before I throw in the second one, which probably won't be until I go back to my mom's house because it's over there. But yeah. Anyway, that being said, I need to go lay down. I do not feel good at all whatsoever. I feel, yeah, I might try to read a little bit. Maybe my goal was to read 50 pages today. I haven't done so. Mostly because I went to work and then I was so tired because I didn't feel good. And so then I took a nap and then I got up just to do my timed, it's like a timed exam thing. And then now I'm here doing this intro for you guys. So that's as far as I've gotten. All right, I will check back in with you guys. Hi guys, so I thought I would pop on here really fast. I had a little bit of time during lunch, so I started reading my first book. It is Are We Losing America? And so far, so interesting. This book was made like over 20 years ago. And this guy is very passionate. He's very against a lot of the things that are currently happening in the world right now. Anyway, sorry, my camera is like freaking out for some reason. Yeah, so it's an interesting book. It's kind of what I needed for my class, so that's why I kind of got into it, because we have to write an argument essay, and yeah, I'll get more into it whenever I read more into it. But this is kind of the opposite of what goes along with what my essay's about. How about that? And so, yeah, but he talks really about like freedom of religion, freedom of speech, but more so the other way, which is really weird. So I'm kind of interested to see how he's saying that we're losing being able to do that whenever actually it's blooming, I guess. So yeah, you'll understand more as I understand. I hope this is going in the right direction. Yeah, but my goal today is to read 50 pages. I am 20 pages in, but I think I'm gonna start over on my 50 because yeah, we'll see. And if I can read more, that's even better, right? But I do have an English exam tonight, so I need to do that. And then I'm free for the weekend. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. And I'm gonna go drive over and pick up my kid and hopefully go home because I'm really tired and I just want to get my homework done and chillax for the rest of the night. But I will try to catch up with you guys later after I get a little bit further in my book. Good afternoon, friends. It is July 14th. And yeah, I was coming on to do a quick reading vlog update. I have homework to do, but I thought I would do this first. Because yeah, why not? Why not, right? Okay, so it is Friday the 14th. I officially started this vlog on the 7th, so it's been 7 days since the last time that I checked in with you guys, and yeah, I've been having a blast. Okay, so what ended up happening is I'm using this book called Are We Losing America for a essay that I'm writing that's actually due tonight, but I'm obviously not going to finish the book in time to finish the essay because I need to finish that now. But yeah, it's a very interesting book to say the least. It depends, I don't know, to me, just some of the stuff that he says I'm not like completely 100% with. I see his viewpoints, but I kind of think they're irrelevant. But this book was also written like close to 20 years ago, and it's really weird though because a lot of the stuff that he says is going to happen is happening as we're like, you know, currently. So it's interesting. He goes off on rants a lot, so that makes it a little more difficult to read because I honestly yeah, it gets kind of dirty in a way, I guess. However, I mean, it's pretty interesting. It's different. It's not like the best book in the whole entire world, obviously. I like some of the things that he says, and others I'm like, whoa. Like, okay, a lot of it I'm like, whoa, but I mean the words that he like says, like the quotations, you know what I mean? Like some of them are like, oh, that's a good quote, you know what I mean? But like, and some of them, like, I take it a different way that he took it, you know what I'm saying? So it's an interesting book, to say the least. I never read you guys the back, so I'll read you guys the back really quickly. It says, Are We Losing America informs the average American citizen how their rights and freedoms are systematically being taken away. People are overlooking the importance of these rights, and this book points out that if these rights disappear, there will be dire consequences. The author doesn't believe that there is a conspiracy to take away our rights, but as the liberal elite and those who follow them try to redesign society as they believe it should be, our rights will nevertheless disappear. Imagine that each right is not a single solid object, but more like a loaf of bread with many slices. As our society has been changed, our rights have been removed one slice at a time. Over the last 60 years, we have on average lost over half of each loaf, and the pace is accelerating. We, the people, still have enough power to get our rights back, but only if many individuals do each do something. Are We Losing America tells how to save America. If most Americans do minimum, an average of a few hours a year, they can save the country. If they do nothing, most of the adults reading this will live to see the end of the most of the freedom in America. We will no longer be the leader of the free world because we will no longer be a free country of free citizens. If you read this book, you will be equipped to be among the next set of heroes to save the USA and maybe the world. If everybody does a little, a lot can be accomplished. Yeah. So it's an interesting book. It's a lot. Anyway, so I started 2 other books. Both of them are ebooks. They were in my mom's like digital library, whatever. One is called The Love Scribe. Super cute book. I'm 60 pages in. I love it. I just don't want to stop reading it, but I keep having to stop myself so that I could go back to this. But I needed something fun, so I started reading that. It's adorable. I like it so far. I will come back on and tell you guys more after I'm done with my essay. And then I started reading the third book, and the third book that I'm reading is, oh my gosh, it's by Amy Tan. It's her autobiography, or partly her autobiography. Oh my God, what the heck is the name of it? It's an ebook as well, so I can't look it up. Yeah, I'll get back to you on that one. And so far, I've only read the introduction, but I'm really excited to read it because the introduction was really cool. And it was by Amy Tan, obviously. And yeah, but I'm using that for an essay as well. So that's the most of everything. Sorry, I am all jiggly and all over the place. Sorry I haven't had much time to keep you guys updated. It's been crazy over here. I had some medical things to do, and yeah, and we're a step closer to surgery, so exciting, scary, all the above. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I will catch back up with you later. Hi guys, so it is almost the end of the month, and I thought I would give you guys a very quick update on all of my reading shenanigans. I'm still pretty much in the same place I was the last time I updated you guys. Well, for Are We Losing America? I actually ended up stopping because I used some of the content up to what I read, which was page, I think, 70-ish. And I used some of the content to help write an argument paper. I am going to go ahead and finish the book because I did start reading it. But I did stop because I ended up having to read an autobiography for another English paper that I had to do. So that being said, I also had to take a break from the Love Spire. I did end up getting to page 112 so far. Or no, that one's the one I'm on, page 70. What page am I on the other one? No, I think I'm on 70 on the other one too. Anyway, but I just looked at the Love Spire, so that's how I know. I'm just holding my phone, by the way, guys. And I am in my car. It's really hot out. Yeah, so I took a break from the Love Spire, and I took a break from Are We Losing America, and I started reading an Amy Tan book. It's basically her autobiography. It's called Where the Past Begins, and I'm 115 pages in. I am going to just go ahead and continue and finish that book first, even though I did end up finishing my essay, and I just turned it in last night. But I do want to go ahead and finish the book because I'm really enjoying it, and I want to read the other two as well. Are We Losing America is kind of hit and miss for me, but it's okay because, I don't know. Part of me just really wants to read the book. I want to know, everything that this guy is thinking for whatever reason. The one thing I don't like about his writing is that he rants on and on and on and on and on and doesn't really keep it to the same point. And you get a little mixed up, if that makes sense. So, but I mean, he writes as if he's talking, if that makes sense. As if you were talking and having a conversation with you. So you, I, first person, you know what I mean? That kind of a thing. Yeah, and he's very opinionated, but it's hard to explain. I almost want to say he's very liberal. No, not liberal. Republican kind of speak. But it almost is like he puts a bad name to them too. And don't get me wrong, because to some extent I consider myself Republican. Kind of, sort of, not really, but the way my mind thinks is very Republican-like, if that makes sense. But I follow more of I'm trying to think how to explain it. Yeah. The way my mind works is just the logical part of it. Does that make sense? Is very and for instance, I'm trying to figure, I don't know how to explain it to you guys. I don't know, but I'm like, to me, I'm like, I'm very Republican, like personality wise, but I like the ideas behind the Democratic Party. So I'm kind of like in that gray area where it's a mix between the two. So people would probably be like, oh, you're Democratic, but like there's certain personality traits about me that are very Republican. There you go. Anyway, but he is very like hardcore, like the really mean, nasty Republican, like that kind of a person. I mean, don't get me wrong, because we have mean, nasty Democrats too. That was my point, was there's different personalities, but there is, you know what I mean? There's the logical Republicans, and then the illogical ones, and then there's the logical Democrats, and then there's the illogical Democrats, if that makes sense. So, like, both parties have it. And anyway, so he is a very illogical, I guess, Republican on the way that he thinks. He's very like old school, like women tend to be in the house, don't be doing anything, you know what I mean, that's out of women's place, we can't be equals, like that kind of that's his personality, if that makes sense. So it's an interesting read. Sometimes it gets a little dark and deep, and I don't care too much for his dark and deep, because he doesn't back up what he says. He just keeps going on and on about it, if that makes sense. There you go. Okay, there's my 2 cents on that, now that was the longest explanation ever. But I am going to go back and finish reading it, because I'm curious as to what other topics he's going to bring up, and I've actually learned some things from that book, so I'm okay with it. And then, I do need to finish The Love Spire, and I really like that book actually a lot so far. It's cute. And then I obviously am going to finish the Amy Tan book. I did start 2 more classes, so that's going to kind of bog my time, but that's okay as well. So yeah, so my plan is Amy Tan first, and then I'm probably gonna we'll see which one I do after that. But the Amy Tan and the Love Spire are both digital, so it's not as fun as reading an actual book, but I kind of like it because I can just sit there and read it whenever, like, you know what I mean, instead of having to pull out a whole book and put a bookmark back in and all that. It's just all right there. So it's kind of nice, and it's kind of like, but yeah, but I'm really curious to read some other Amy Tan's books, because I've heard about her books, and I think I've seen the movie or the show, whatever, for the Joy Luck Club, but I don't remember it very well. But I really like her writing style and the way that she writes, so I'm excited about that. So anyway, I will catch up with you guys later. It is almost the end of the month. I only have a few more days. I don't know that I'll be able to finish anything because I have family over this week. It was kind of a sudden move. So yeah. But I will definitely keep you guys updated, and I will let you know the end of the month how well I'm doing on this journey. And then after that, we will start with August. All right. So I'll check back in with you. Hi guys, so I am back, and it is super late and I'm really tired, but I wanted to go ahead and wrap up this video and give you guys a little heads up on everything that changed this month. So I did go into this I wasn't really knowing what to expect, I guess, because I haven't done a reading vlog before, and I ended up having family come, and that threw off my numbers a little bit, but I actually am pretty proud of how much I started reading. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over some of the stuff with you. I didn't finish any books. However, I'm okay with that, which you'll understand why, I guess, as you go. Again, yeah, but I don't know. I'm just getting back into the groove of it. In case you guys don't know, I used to be a very avid reader, and then I started going to college and I started working, and now I work 4 jobs and I'm a full-time student and I'm a mom. So, you know, we barely get breaks whenever just one of those is going on, and here I have like about 50. But I'm okay with that because I did find time, and to me that was kind of the original goal, was just to start reading again. And I'm happy with the progress that I made so far, and I can't wait to see what next month brings whenever there's not as much going on except for school starting, but that doesn't affect me too much, just my kid. So however, I am going to be working a little bit more, so we'll see. But we're just going to go with the flow. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys all about it. Also, I was in an English class for the 5 weeks. And so that was why 3 of these books were chosen that I started. And I didn't finish any of them because it was such a fast-paced course that I just needed to read some of it and get an idea, and get motivated to write the paper and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so the first book, which I think was the first one the only one I think I mentioned whenever I started this whole journey, was The Are We Losing America by Patrick G. Smith. I am on page 97 out of 227 pages. This book is very hard to get through. And I say that because the guy kind of rants on and on and on and repeats himself multiple times. I'm not against opposing views or for views, and a lot of the stuff that he talks about, I mean, some of it I'm against, some of it I'm like, okay. And others I'm like, yeah, you know, but not that much of that. But I see his standpoint, which was the whole point, and I did need to do an essay on freedom of speech, which he talks about a lot in this book. Again, I only made it to page 97. I am going to continue to finish this because I do want to read the rest of it, because I really like political books. So for me, I'm like, I have to finish it. But yeah, but I'll give you a fuller opinion whenever I'm finished with it. Hopefully this next month I should be able to finish most of these, because I did make it pretty well through a lot of them. But this one I am 39% through, so that's the most percentage out of all the books that I started this month that I made it through. So that's this one. It's Are We Losing America? Yeah. So the next book that I started was The Love Spire. It is a digital book. Well, it's not a digital book everywhere, I don't think, but the copy that I have is digital. It was in my digital library on Nook, and I just picked it up and I just looked at it and was like, okay, I want to read that. And I just started reading it, and I have thousands of books literally in the library. So yeah, I just picked one, and it's really, 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 really a cute story. It has a little bit of the oh my gosh, what's it called? Like oh my gosh, I can't think of it. The fantasy realism kind of thing going on, but it's really cute. Yeah, I'm 70 pages in out of 312. It puts me at 19%. The book is by Amy Mayerson. I'll try to post a picture if I can, or something. It's a very sweet, cute little book so far. I did have to end up stopping, and it was kind of like my breakaway from the Are We Losing America, because the We Losing America is kind of in depth, and I have to stop, not to think about it, but just because of the way that he rambles and clear my head. So I kind of was switching off between the two, and then the next thing came along. But anyway, so The Love Spire, sweet book. I would totally recommend it if you have a chance to read it. I don't know if it's on paperback or anything like that. I haven't really researched it. I just happened to read it on my Nook. And yeah, so far I like it. I'm hoping this next month that I'll be able to finish a few of these before I start a few more, but we will see. You know, life is life, right? And then the next book that I read started reading is actually a digital one as well. Well, they make an actual hardcover book of this one, I know that. It is Where the Past Begins. It's a memoir from Amy Tan. I made it through 130 pages out of 332. Again, all of these books I'm probably going to finish because I don't like not finishing stories. But this one I did because I needed to do a biography on an author, and she gave us 4 names, and Amy Tan was one of them, so that was the one that I selected. I did make it, again, 35% into the book, and I really am enjoying reading this book, so I wanted to just keep going with it, but then the last 2 books that I'm going to go over in a minute happened for obvious other reasons, but this one, again, it was for school, and I do plan on finishing it because I did like it. I'm hoping this next month because I'm out of my English class now, so that kind of helps. But I will say that I've been enjoying taking English and reading a book to go with what I'm learning about, because I feel like I'm getting more out of the class that way. Yeah, so there you go. Okay, so yeah, so Where the Past Begins, I love it. I mean, I there's certain subjects in there that are a little bit rough, and there's certain things that you're like, what? But like, honestly, the way that she writes, it just makes you just want to keep reading, and I think that's what I really like about the book. I do want to check out some of, you know, the ones that Amy Tan is known for, like the Joy Luck Club, The Bone Setter's Daughter. There's a lot that she's written, and just reading this, like, it makes me want to read her fiction, because it's cool to see how she chooses what she writes about, and like talks about how, you know, like it just comes to her, and I think that's really awesome. So yeah, anyway, so you have to read the book if you want to know more about that. Yeah, I did want to start the Joy Luck Club whenever I was actually doing the paper, and then I was like, no, I'm just going to use this one, and then I used a short story that she had written called Fish Cheeks, and yeah, that's about it. Anyway, that's that. And then, okay, this next book I started because my son actually needed to do a book report this summer, and we found out about it last minute, and I was like, okay, I will help you get through it. You just need to take notes, and I want you to do the paper part, and I'll read it to you. So that's what we've been doing. And this book is Amari and the Night Brothers. Excellent book so far, so entertaining. I just want to keep reading it, and I keep trying to get on my kid, and I'm like, come on, Lewis, let's go read, let's go read, let's go read. And he's like, eh. And it makes it a little bit hard because I just want to keep reading it, and now he's asleep. We are 108 pages in out of 408 pages, making 25% of the book done. The book is by B.B. Alston. I know they have a second book. This is a children's book. I don't care. I absolutely love it so far, and once this is done, you know I'm going to go out and get the second one. So I'm happy with that. Yeah. And yeah. So that's this one. Super good book. It's very magic. Like, I mean, it's very supernatural, magic, all that kind of stuff. It is very entertaining. I don't want to give away too much of anything. I am going to do a review as I finish books, and just give you guys an in-depth review that you can look up on my channel if you really choose to do so. But I'm obviously not done yet, so you're just going to have to wait it out. But so far, I'm in love with this book. We're going to read, I'm trying to do 100 pages each day with him. So we read 108 today, and then tomorrow I don't know if I'll be able to make it through 100, but I'm going to try to get through as many as possible. And then, yeah, so hopefully we'll be done by Saturday and don't have to worry about it. He goes back to school on Wednesday. We'll have everything ready to turn in. So, but yes, I like that book a lot. And then the last book that I actually started for an anthropology class. I'm in a 5-week anthropology class. We have 2 weeks left. Well, we're in the 4th week. How about that? And we have to do an assignment on a evolution creature that has to do with a human. So I happen to have this book. I don't know how, but I just happened to think of it. I don't know even how I thought of it. I thought of the fact that I knew what it was about, and I was like, I wonder if that's something that I could use. And then the two correlated because one of the beings, the past humans, was the ones that they discover in this book, and I was like, perfect. So I did buy this book a while ago. I don't even remember where I got it, but I'm really glad that I picked it up. See, things happen for a reason, right? So this is A New Human, the startling discovery and strange story of the hobbits of Florence, Indonesia. I started it tonight. I just kind of sat and read like a few pages. I'm only 7 pages in, so this is relatively new for me. I am going to have to kind of bolt through this book though, so if you guys see that happen, yeah, this next go round for August, then yeah, we'll just go with that. But I am going to try to bolt through this book and Amari. Those should be done within the next couple weeks because I need the other one for my anthropology class, and then the Amari one Lewis needs done. So I'm just going to try to get through as much of those as I can. Okay, so on that note, I think I did pretty well for my being the first time I've ever really tracked anything, and for having to work and having family from out of town. I mean, like, they were here for a good 2 weeks, and like my sister came from Colorado that I've only seen like once or twice in the past 10 years. Yeah, it's been a long time. So she came and I spent the day with her, and then my best friend and her whole family came. I call her my sister too, so but her whole family came, and so they were here for a while too, and then my best friend stayed for a while in between the two. So literally like the last 2 weeks I've had company over, and we've been doing other things. So I mean, no regrets. I just know that I probably could have finished more had I had more time, but I think I did pretty good, honestly. I'm really excited because it's been a long time coming. Usually I'll start books and I'll only read a couple of chapters, and then I just leave it alone because I'm just so busy, and then I forget about it or whatever, and then I have to restart the book, and it's just a hot mess. So this kind of holds me accountable. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go, and we'll start an introduction for this next month. I am gonna start doing them on around the 10th. I wanted to do the beginning of the month, but it's just too chaotic for me. So I think what I'm gonna do is around the 10th is when I'm gonna do my updates and start overs and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. In the meantime, keep on reading, guys. Bye.